Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins game review. Not a great game. Let's just put that out there right away. Not a great game. We haven't been playing our best baseball this, stretch of 2.5 weeks. Granted, I think last night, like most nights, we should have won. Of course, there's a couple problems. We'll talk about it. And I'm going to be posting another video today, a little bit later, about Odorizzi going on the injured list. So he is on the injured list. That'll be in a separate video. So let's talk about this game. We lost 8-6, and you're like, huh? Well, we just got outplayed. And yeah, we did. I mean, going back to the checklist I talk about so many times, you find a way to win. Didn't do that, obviously. You score 6 runs, you should win. Well, we did that. We scored first. We should win, right? But what can you do? We had a 3-0 lead, and then unfortunately Odorizzi, I think, one, he fell apart, but 2, he got injured, and of course that's why he's on the injured list. But that's a tough break, and I just don't know if these last couple of starts, like, what's been different, because he was 10-1, if I'm correct. And now has gone on a little bit of a slump in his last 3 starts. Obviously, I know this one is a little bit different since he got put on the injured list and he was injured, but realistically, this is not the Odorizzi that we've been seeing this year, and hopefully he can figure it out after he comes back. He's an all-star, right, which is good, but if he can't keep performing like that, we're not going to get anywhere with him, right? So, Mangden won, and he got his 3rd win of the season. Odorizzi lost. He's 10-4. And then Hendricks got the save. We made it close. We really did. We'll talk about that, of course. You know what? I mean, we really did just get outplayed if you look at this game, but it's just frustrating. So Odorizzi went 3 innings. Only went 3 innings. I mean, they were working him really well. They weren't swinging at anything out of the zone. Odorizzi was very particulate about going down and in or down and away to right-handed batters. He was just missing the zone. And, of course, with whatever injury he was dealing with, that's how you're going to throw, and especially to a power-hitting team like Oakland, you want to throw down and outside or down and in to a lefty. And he just couldn't find the zone. A lot of 3-ball counts. Couldn't get Oakland to chase. And that's why, he ran his pitch count up, and he was at 84 in 9 outs into the game. I mean, that's just not where he needs to be. He only gave up 4 hits, but he walked 3, which allowed 6 runs to score. 5 of them were earned. Miguel Sano made an error. I don't think that would have really mattered. However, who knows, because I think there was 1 out when most of those runs scored, and he's only struck out 2. The reason the game got so out of hand, though, when we lost was because Mr. Chris Herman, former Twin, hit a grand slam last night. And, of course, that was the inning where Miguel Sano made the error. It was in the 4th inning, and he made the error to lead off the inning. Odorizzi walked the next guy. I don't know if he walked the guy after that, but then the home run, it's at that point it was then 6-3, and that's just, what can you do? I mean, at that point, your pitcher's struggling, you give up a grand slam, and you're like, oh man, this game's over. Of course, we did make a comeback. We came back. It was close, but our pitchers just kept giving up 1 run and letting him take that lead and that insurance back. So just wasn't in our cards last night. But yeah, Odorizzi unfortunately didn't help. And that grand slam really hurt. Now he's got an ERA of 3.15, which is still good. Like, don't get me wrong. That's about where, you want to be, 3 or lower. So a 3.15 is not bad. Mejia came back off the 60-day injured list. He pitched really well in 3 innings. Gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and struck out 3. I mean, good for him. I still think that we need Lewis Thorpe on the team instead of Mejia, but Mejia did good last night for 3 1/3 innings. I mean, he is my MVP of the game on pitching-wise, because there was another MVP in the hitting-wise. So, I mean, talk about him later. But McGill came in and pitched the last 2 outs. He did struggle a little bit. He went out there for the next inning, the 7th inning, and couldn't get an out. He gave 1 hit, 2 walks, struck out 1 and gave up a run. It was a home run. And then Morin came in and pitched the last inning, clean inning for him. So pitching-wise, obviously, like I said, wasn't great last night. We did give up several hits, several runs through the pitching staff, but I guess it happens. I don't know what else to tell you. It was a tough night for pitching, and like I said, we kept coming back, and then we'd fall short again. Kept coming back, and then we'd fall short. Take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, kind of thing. And we just didn't have enough steps in order to get back. But it happens, and let's move on to hitting. So hitting-wise, we really did well. Only 3 guys didn't get hits. Of course, it was the big spots when we didn't get the hits that we needed. Let's just go through it. In the first 2 innings, we had 2 runs on the board. Miguel Sano hit a 2-run home run. Good for him. I'm not going to say if he's that good. I'm not going to say if he's clutch. You can go watch that video if you want. But what it is doing is his trade stock is going up. I think we should trade him. That's my opinion. But if we trade him and here's the thing. People would want a guy like Miguel Sano who hits home runs, like Joey Gallo. I don't know a lot of the other guys who do it, but a power hitter that will swing for the fences. People want that on a team. And if we can get some long-term investment behind it, I think that's a great trade. I don't think we need Miguel Sano if we can get somebody else to help the team, right? And long-term. That's the thing. It has to be long-term. It can't be for straight-up Madison Bumgarner and we only get him for this year. I don't like that. It needs to be long-term. But good for him to hit the home run. He's got 13, I think, on the season now. Good for him. That's great. That's what we want to see. And if he continues to do well, if we keep him, because I think that's what the management is going to do, and he ends up doing really well, I'm not going to say anything. I'll say, hey, good job, Miguel Sano. And, of course, if he keeps doing that, the haters will go away. I'm not saying I'm a hater. I'm just saying I think we could trade for him and get a lot more value. But we scored a run in the 3rd inning. I believe that was Castro. And if it wasn't, Castro hit 2 home runs last night. So they were both just straight away dead center. One went halfway up the wall. The other one just squeaked over the wall. It was great. We hit those 3 home runs, and I believe it was in the 5th inning and 7th inning, so not the 3rd. But you get the point. The point is that we absolutely were smacking the ball. And it's good to see that, Castro was smacking the ball. He's got 10 home runs now this season. That's great. And then the last thing I want to mention, we scored a run in 5 different innings and still didn't win. That tells you how bad that grand slam hurt us. And then one more thing before we go through the box score. Marwin Gonzalez, 330 feet away from home plate, a 1-hop strike to get, I don't know who it was, but to throw the guy out at home plate. Incredible throw. That was absolutely I don't know what else to say. Incredible, amazing. And obviously it didn't help us win the game, but it definitely kept the game close, especially at that point in the game. That's massive props to him for throwing that guy out. But let's talk about hitting now. So Kepler went 1 for 5, 2 outs, 1 runner on in the 9th inning, put one to dead center field. It dropped in the warning track, probably about 5 or 6 feet short of a home run. That was really, unfortunate. 12:30 in the morning. What? So what, I guess, but that would have been so cool to, hit a home run in that situation. And it just fell short, and that happens. Polanco 1 for 4 after beating out an infield hit. I think that actually scored the run in the 3rd inning, or helped score the run in the 3rd inning. Cruz went 0 for 4 tonight. Marwin Gonzalez went 1 for 4 with a run, but also had that huge throw out in left field. Crone went 0 for 3 with a walk. Arias went 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. He did strike out as well. He looked bad on that strikeout. Looked like he was trying too hard. Sano went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run with his home run. Castro went 3 for 4 with 2 home runs and 2 RBIs and 2 runs. And then Buxton went 0 for 4. Tough night for him. I don't know what really to say about Buxton. He just didn't look like himself last night, so I think he was just trying too hard as well. Hopefully he'll get back into the swing of things here today. But that's all I got for you today. It was a pretty good game, except for we just didn't come out on the winning side of things. It happens. Hopefully we'll get them today. It's a little bit earlier of a start, too. That's all I could say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and click the buttons up there, the videos if you missed yesterday. Subscribe if you enjoy the channel. We're almost to 50 or 35, 50, I think. So get me there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.